This is Hannibal here with Piper from the Hannibal TV.com with some further details on the arrest of WWE Hall of Famer, former WCW and ECW star Tammy Sunny Sytch, who was sentenced on August the 16th. And this is coming from the Wrestling Observer that came out today. She pleaded no contest before her trial related to her DUI manslaughter charges that were set to begin trial in Daytona Beach, Florida on August 16th. Sunny, 50, has had issues for many years due to drinking and drug issues. She's going to be formally sentenced on November 27th. She was on trial for driving a car that didn't stop and crashed into the back of a stopped car, killing a man in Ormond Beach, Florida on March 25th, 2022. She killed the driver of the car, Julian Lassester, who was 75 years old. She was arrested and had a blood alcohol content of 0.28, which is 3.5 times the legal blood alcohol limit. She also had an open bottle of vodka in the car, and her blood test revealed she also had marijuana in her blood. She has been in the Volusia County Jail since May 13th, 2022. She had somehow sent out several tweets within the past year, kind of insulting the family and denying the allegations. But apparently, due to her time in prison, she appears to have aged. A photo of her has come out where she apparently has gray hair now, which is, I guess, prison is tough. And as you can see, she's aged considerably. There was a dark side of the ring that came out about her earlier this year. And I'll continue. Since 2012, she's been arrested at least 19 times. 7 of those arrests have been for driving under the influence. She was also charged with driving with a suspended or revoked license, causing death or serious injury, causing DUI death. She was also charged with 4 DUI counts regarding damage to a person, 2 of damage to property. She claims to have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. The latter 6 counts were dropped in a plea bargain, and it was ruled that her time served in prison would take care of those charges. So basically, she's only going to be sentenced for the DUI causing death, and the other ones will go towards the other issues she's had with driving under the influence. At one point in time, the family of the deceased person was suing Tammy, as well as the boyfriend at the time that actually it was his car that she was driving. We did use Sunny in Great North Wrestling back in 2008. Someone recently sent me that poster. We used her on two events, one in Montreal, one in Ottawa. Then I remember having to drive her to Toronto the morning after the Montreal event. And one thing I remember about her was she was very arrogant, and she was past her prime look-wise at this point. But this was the days when you didn't have the internet on your phone, and you had to use an internet cafe or a hotel computer to check your emails. And I remember when we checked her into her hotel in Montreal, she wanted to check her emails, and there was only one computer. There was somebody on it. She's like, I need to go on that computer. I asked the guy nicely, said, I'll be off in a minute. And then she's like, no, I need it on there now. And she pretty much made me kick the guy off at that moment. So she's very inconsiderate of everybody. And by the way, I didn't like doing that. But at that point, I had been in the car with her for 2 hours plus with Montreal traffic. And I just wanted to get rid of her for the night. But yeah, she's really fallen about as far as you can fall, and I'm sorry for everyone involved in that. Someone, that's a good point. She may not have had hair dye in prison. Yeah, she might be 75 years old when she gets out. If she's 50 now, yeah, who knows? Was she nice to me? I would, as far other than whining a lot, honestly, I didn't have any issues with her. Other than I thought it was, I didn't like to be put in the position of having to kick somebody off the computer. Yeah, no, she actually at that point of that show in 2008, she was sober. Because Brutus Beefcake and I did go out in Montreal that night with Sexy Eddie, an independent wrestler that's also on this poster. And she didn't want to go out. She was sober. And I remember her saying the next day she had ordered a large pizza and ate the large pizza all to herself. So at that point, she was sober. And she was having sex with another Canadian wrestler at that time. He was not on that show, but I remember when I booked her, she tried to convince me to book this wrestler who was in TNA at the time or just out of TNA, for the reason of that, apparently. And no, it wasn't Alex Silva. It was a different Canadian wrestler that was in TNA. But I like him, but I'm not going to reveal them because I don't think he wants that information out there. But it's one of many wrestlers on her list. Talk to you guys later. Hopefully there's no more legal news coming out about wrestlers today.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.